That email you've been avoiding because you think it'll take forever, it'll actually take 4 minutes. That form you think will take a whole afternoon, 9 minutes. And that dreaded phone call, 6 minutes tops. Here's the truth. Your brain is terrible at estimating how long tasks will actually take. And the longer we avoid them, the heavier they feel. In this episode, I'll show you the time truth method, a simple system to end procrastination in just 7 days. Ready to reclaim your time and energy? Let's dive in. You're listening to Step Into Your Awesome with mindset coach Saskia Clements, your personal guide to creating a life filled with clarity, courage, and energy. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back or welcome anew to Step Into Your Awesome. Today, we're tackling one sneaky habit that drains you of your energy. Overestimating how long tasks will take and then procrastinating so that they hang over you for days. So why do we get stuck? Basically, there are 3 forces at play. The first of these is a kind of cognitive bias or distortion where we exaggerate how difficult a task is going to be and how long it will take us. Based on this, we fall into the second factor at play, which is the avoidance cycle. We're wired to avoid things that are uncomfortable. And so knowing that the task is going to be really difficult, as we've estimated it, we step away and avoid it. Avoiding things feels good short term, and because of this, it can become a habit that becomes really difficult to break free from. Clearly, we know that in the longer term, this procrastination definitely doesn't feel good, but short term it does. And then we have the Zeigarnik effect, which is where unfinished tasks just loop around in our mind, leaking us of energy. I'm sure you've experienced that at some point in time. Result? A 7-minute task can steal brain space from you for 7 days. You know the feeling where you just can't get it out of your mind. It's interrupting your sleep. You're thinking about it at inconvenient times of the day, feeling guilty, feeling disappointed, frustrated, whatever it happens to be. We all know that feeling. Quick check-in now. Think of a task that you've been avoiding. And I'd like you to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10 as to how heavy it feels for you. Hold that number because we're going to revisit it later. So like I said earlier, we have this tendency to blow things out to epic proportions when we believe they're going to be uncomfortable and overestimate how long something's going to take. So here's a simple method that's going to break this cycle and create a reset for you by getting clear on how long things actually take. So here's step 1 of the method. Predict the time you think the task is going to take and write that down. Step 2 is to break the task into smaller, manageable chunks. So here's an example that's live for me right now. I've got a list of items on Facebook Marketplace. They've been hanging around a long time because it feels just overwhelming. So if I'm to break that down, I think I've got to take the photos. I've got to go to the website of the item and get the product specifications. I've got to do a bit of research on what these are selling for currently. I have got to write that description in with the price and then go live. When I break it down like that, it sounds so simple. So why has it been hanging around in my brain for so long? And it might not be Facebook Marketplace listings for you, but I bet you've got something just the same. And the reason it hangs around is what we've talked about. And when we break it down, it becomes so much more manageable. So on to step 3. So step 3, set a stopwatch and just do the first task. No pressure to move beyond the first task. Just stop when your energy runs out. Because I've got a little secret for you. Once you get started, you might actually find it hard to stop. And that's all great, right? Stop at the point where your energy's run out and give yourself a wee reward. That might be as simple as just ticking off on the list that you've done the task. This creates a dopamine spike in the brain, which makes us feel good. Or you might even want to reach for that chocolate in the cupboard. Up to you, but reward yourself. And step 4, make sure you remember to stop the stopwatch when you finish and log how long that task has taken you, or the pieces of that task. Repeat the process of doing the tasks until you complete the entire item. So now you'll have an actual time of how long the whole item took you and a predicted time. Be sure to log this. You might like an Excel spreadsheet, a journal, on your phone, somewhere where you can go back to the data. Because my hunch is, and the research will back this up, that over time you will see that things are taking you way less time than you've built them up in your mind to assume they will. And as we go back to the data, we reinforce this new habit of just breaking a task down, getting underway, because we know it's not going to be as scary as we've built it up to be. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, pick a task every day that you've been avoiding and run that process that we've just talked through and see how your energy feels. What impact does it have? And what I'm going to do is do the challenge along with you. And the first item I'm going to tackle are those jolly Facebook Marketplace items. So before we started, I estimated how long that was going to take me, and my estimate was 45 minutes. That was before we went through the breakdown, and I started to see that maybe it's not going to take that long, but 45 minutes is my estimate. So stay tuned, follow me on my socials at Saskia the Coach, and see how long the task actually does take me. And that's my guarantee for you that in the next 7 days, I'll have that done. Oh boy, will my husband be pleased that those items are gone from our garage. So earlier in this episode, you identified a task that you've been avoiding, and we got you to rate the heaviness. So I want you now to think of that task and predict how long you think it would take you to get it done, get it completed. And secondly, once you've done that, break that task down into all the smaller, manageable chunks of actions. You might like to pause to do that. And when you've done that, I'll get you to rate the heaviness of the task again on that scale of 1 to 10. You may find, like me, that the heaviness shifted just by breaking it down into its manageable chunks. And when we move some of that heaviness, some energy and some momentum starts coming into an area that has had us totally stuck. So that task that you've just broken down, that's your task for today. See how you get on. I hope by following this process, it all becomes a little less daunting and you can reclaim some of your energy. So if this episode has helped you, please share it with a friend. I imagine, like me, like you, they're carrying some task that is stealing them of vital energy. We're also going to run this challenge inside the Awesome Club. So if you'd like a little extra accountability and the support of other women cheering you on, then come check that out. Be sure to hit follow as well so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for listening. I'm Saskia, your practical mindset coach and fierce believer in your limitless possibility. Until next time, my lovely, keep stepping into your awesome.